Oh, good morning. It is Monday, June the 10th.
Hello.
Look who it is. Lauren Simone being here in a second. Here's what we're working on this morning, though. Niagara police continue to investigate after a woman from Hamilton was found dead in their region over the weekend.
Red Bull driver Max Verstappen claimed the top spot at the Canadian Grand Prix.
And Dolly Parton's biomusical is heading to Broadway. Well.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, Simone Gavros. How are you?
Nolan, I'm doing well. How are you?
Look at who we got here, Brian. What?
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Came into the studio and I went, hello, Simone.
Filling in all week long for
Yay.
Annette Hom, so I'm very excited to be here.
Hey, it's great
Yes.
to listen. You're doing great work out as our morning show reporter and in on the big chair for the next week. So it's
Yes.
great to have you. How was
Yeah,
your
it
weekend?
is. Yeah, the only thing that would make it even better is if it was the middle of winter and it was the teeth of inclement weather out there and you didn't have to go outside and cover a story.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, this is going to be a stunning week. I mean, I've
Yep.
seen some really nice weather, but Brian, what are we looking at so far?
Yeah, we're looking at sunshine. The sun is up already this morning, and we've got some of it now. I mean, there's dark clouds there, as you can see on the horizon. We are looking at a mainly cloudy day for today. There is a chance, it's a slim chance of a morning shower. Otherwise, yeah, we're getting closer to the summer solstice, so the days are getting nice and long here. We better enjoy it for the next few weeks. So, yeah, we'll see the sun a little bit today. Temperature today is going to be on the cool side. We're only going to hit 17 degrees, and we're sitting at 10 right now. Actually, that's below seasonal to start the day. So, yeah, a fairly cloudy, cool day, and we'll get back into some sunshine for tomorrow. We'll talk about that coming up. Quick check on traffic. Here's a look at the 403 and Waterdown Road. That's doing okay. It's a little busier Toronto bound, but normal volume building. No collisions right now. MTO traffic cameras, Nikola Tesla Boulevard. That's pretty light heading toward the Skyway. Speaking of which, yeah, it is getting slow as you head across the top. Toronto bound lanes coming towards us. And here's a look at the QEW and Appleby line. Yep, you're going to have that sun in your eyes this morning. So no problems on the roads right now. We will look at weather and traffic coming up. Right now, the news.
All right, thanks, Brian. Police say a 91-year-old man is dead after a two-vehicle collision last night. Police posted on X about the crash just around 8:30 on Sunday night. They say the man was pronounced dead in hospital. The other drivers did have minor injuries. This all happened on Haldeman Road 20 near Richard Road. The road, it does remain closed for the ongoing investigation. If you have any information, you're asked to reach out to police.
Niagara's homicide unit continues to investigate after a woman's body was found in Lincoln over the weekend. Sean Cowan is live this morning with more. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning. Well, I'm here just outside. Actually, as you can see behind me here, the road is still closed. Now, police have identified her as 27-year-old Jessica Lynn St. Jules of Hamilton. And police say her body was probably in this area for a couple of days. And right now, the homicide unit is still trying to figure out how she ended up here and how she was killed. It was back on Saturday when a resident who was working in this area found her body on the side of a road and called 911. There was a heavy police presence in the area over the weekend as officers canvassed the area looking for any evidence. They're also asking people who live in the area if they have any video surveillance to contact police.
And she's from the Hamilton area. So at this particular juncture of the investigation, we are currently speaking with next of kin, her family, and we're trying to determine exactly where she may have been, where she may have come from, and also attempting to determine, who her acquaintances are, her family, her friends, in order to establish a timeline and a chronology of events that lead us to where we are today.
And still no word yet if that 27-year-old woman was a missing woman from Hamilton. I'm going to be touching base with Niagara Regional Police this morning to see how long the road will be closed and if people in this area can expect a police presence this morning, if they'll be going door-to-door canvassing. I'll send it back inside to you for now.
All right, thanks, Sean. A fire has destroyed several valuable pieces of art at St. Anne's Anglican Church in Toronto. This took place yesterday morning. It happened just after or actually just before 8 a.m., before service could begin. The National Historical Site was severely damaged as a 4-alarm fire ripped through the building, burning up murals by the group of 7. Officials say nobody was injured as the 124-year-old church went up in flames.
The artwork was priceless. It was murals, beautiful murals that had covered. They basically looked at the life of Jesus, and they were stunning.
Given the heat, given the age of the building, given the water volume, it is probable that we will have further collapses. That is why we've moved our aerial devices within a safe collapse zone, and we've made sure that anybody that could be in that partial collapse zone or that collapse zone has been evacuated.
So it's unclear if the fire is suspicious. Toronto Fire says the Office of the Fire Marshals has been notified.
Well, Toronto police say 6 people have been arrested during the Walk with Israel event over the weekend. Toronto's Jewish community marched in the thousands for the annual pro-Israel event, with heightened security and protests along the route. The United Jewish Appeal held its annual Walk with Israel and says it estimated that 50,000 people participated. The Toronto police couldn't confirm the estimate. Now, dueling chants of free Palestine and bring them home rang out when the march and protesters crossed paths. While police did not disclose the identities of those arrested, they had issued warnings for arrests for people engaging in criminal behavior.
Well, police in London, Ontario are looking to identify a man involved in arson. They believe the fire set on a house's front porch in the city's northwest on Saturday night is hate motivated. Police say the alleged suspect walked to the home around 9:30 at night and stole items from the front yard, including signs supporting Palestinians. He returned later and started a fire on the front porch before fleeing. London police say they have received at least 4 reports of theft and property damage at the same home since last month.
In addition to the incidents from last night, we're aware of several other incidents that occurred at this property since the first week of May regarding property damage, theft of signs, a threatening note that was left leading up to the events of last night.
And meanwhile, Justin Trudeau took to social media addressing the arson. He says Canadians have seen how dangerous and ugly Islamophobia is. We have to keep confronting it wherever and whenever we see it.
Now to the crisis in the Middle East. Gaza's health ministry says at least 274 Palestinians, including dozens of children, were killed and hundreds more were wounded in the Israeli raid that rescued 4 hostages held by Hamas. The hostage rescue operation happened in central Gaza's al-Nusayrat. It's one of the deadliest attacks in the 8-month-old conflict, according to Palestinian officials. The Israeli military says its forces came under heavy fire and responded during the operation. The Hamas-run health ministry says over 37,000 Palestinians have been killed and 84,000 injured since October. This comes as a popular centrist member of Israel's 3-member war cabinet, Benny Gantz, resigned after challenging the government to adopt a new plan for the war.
Well, residents of Mississauga will be going to the polls today to elect the city's next mayor. There are 16 candidates vying to fill the office last held by Bonnie Crombie, who stepped down in January shortly after becoming leader of the provincial Liberals. Some of the top contenders, they include former federal member of parliament Carolyn Parrish, former Ontario Liberal MPP Deepika Damurala, Mississauga councillors Alvin Tedjo and Stephen Dasco. Voters have indicated housing and affordability concerns are among the top issues. Polls are set to open at 10 a.m. today and close tonight at 8.
Now, police arrested 5 environmental protesters who blocked traffic on a bridge leading to Montreal's Formula One Grand Prix. The demonstrators, charged with obstructing traffic, blocked several lanes on the Concord Bridge for almost half an hour. The activists are supporters of Last Generation Canada, a group urging the government to create a national agency to fight wildfires. Their protest caused a traffic jam on the bridge just before the F1 race. Environmental groups criticized the pollution caused by Formula One, which emitted 257,000 tons of carbon dioxide in 2019. Formula One aims to be carbon neutral by 2030 and make all races sustainable by 2025.
Yeah, the F1 race in Montreal was just one of the many things to recap on a busy weekend. We're going to start out west, though, where the Blue Jays were trying to take another step to get back to the 500 mark in the rubber match against Oakland in their final appearance at the Oakland Coliseum.
He's not a try to do too much, guys, just to try to hit a line drive guy. And he has lined it up the alley in left center field all the way to the wall. Here comes Bichette. Here comes Clement. Here comes Varsho. And IKF has cleared the bases.
IKF stands for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and he had a huge effort, one of the best of the season for the Jays. He hit a bases-clearing double in extras to break open a 3-3 tie. IKF had 5 RBIs in the day to lift the Jays to a 6-4 win. Funny moment here in the extra innings. Yusei Kikuchi, trying to get out of the way of a foul ball, inadvertently runs into the A's player who was trying to make the catch. David Schneider, who hit the foul ball, was called out at the plate for interference. Didn't matter in the end, though. Jays win it. They're in Milwaukee tonight.
Holiday deflects it. Doncic has to throw it. White with the steal. Holiday to Horford. Holiday a 3. Bang!
Yeah, to the association with Drew Holiday of the Celtics led the way with 26 points. He also had 11 rebounds as Boston now only 2 wins from their 18th NBA title thanks to a 105-98 win over the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs' Luka Doncic was questionable with injury before this one, but did finish with a triple-double in the loss. Game 3 shifts back to Dallas on Wednesday night, where they hope to avoid falling behind 3-0 because no NBA team has ever come back from that 3-0 deficit.
For the 60th time in Formula One, Max Verstappen takes the win. Red Bull back on top. Max Verstappen wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Lando Norris is second.
Yeah, Max Verstappen overcame some rainy conditions in Montreal to take his 3rd straight checkered flag, finishing ahead of Lando Norris and pole sitter George Russell. His win featured 4 lead changes, 2 safety cars because of crashes, but picked up his 6th win in the season, 60th overall, and moves his Red Bull car into a more comfortable lead atop the standings.
He is 17 for 20, just thrown for over 200 yards now on the night. Throwing again, completing again. Deja Brissett breaks free for the Argonaut touchdown.
Week 1 of the CFL season wrapped up last night in Toronto, where Cameron Dukes had himself a game of quarterback. The Argos backup, who was thrust into the starter's role after Chad Kelly, suspended for 9 games. Fantastic under center. Threw 3 touchdown passes, ran in for another. They give the Argos the comeback, 35-27 win over the BC Lions in front of 13,000 fans. This follows the Ticats loss on Friday in Calgary, and they now get set for their home opener this Sunday when they host the Rough Riders.
Canada gallivant the other way. Miller off the bar. Liam Miller out of almost nowhere.
Yeah, to the pitch for Canada, coming off a 4-0 loss to the Netherlands on Thursday. In tough against the 2nd-ranked team in the world in France, an international friendly. Both teams getting set for big tournaments this month. Canada holding their own in this one, coming oh so close at a couple of occasions to try and shock the French with a couple of great chances in front. Kylian Mbappe would have a glorious chance in injury time, but it would be stopped by Max Crépeau. We'll see that coming up here in a second. So this one would end in a 0-0 draw. Great finish for Canada. Next up, the World Cup champs in Messi and Argentina in Copa America, while France gets set for the Euro Cup starting later this week. And let's finish on the links, where Abbotsford's BC's Adam Hadwin had a first-round lead at the Memorial from Ohio and was still in contention on Sunday. Ooh, starts out great in that first hole. Sinks the birdie putt to go to 7 under. Hadwin applying pressure to leader and world number 1 Scotty Scheffler. He would finish 6 under for number 3 behind Scheffler, who picked up his 5th win of the season, taking home a cool $4 million. Heads to the U.S. Open as the betting favorite to take another major win.
All right, let's get into this 10th morning of June. It's a Monday. We do have some sun, but there's a fair bit of cloud cover around, and we'll talk about that coming up. Looking at traffic, first of all, 403 Waterdown Road, that's our camera. That's doing okay. I mean, it's a little busy Toronto bound, busier than the other side, but still moving okay. MTO traffic cameras give you just a few. QEW Highway 406, nothing to see in St. Catharines. Getting busy now as you head toward the Skyway Bridge. This is the Nikola Tesla Boulevard camera, Toronto bound away from us, obviously. Nothing at the 403 and Brant Street area. Ford plant looks good still and looks pretty good right now at Cawthra. So not a lot happening. Construction, there's still a little lingering, but most of it's coming to an end right now. Temperature right now, we've come up a degree. We're now sitting at 11 degrees, and that is seasonal for an overnight low for this time of year. Light winds, humidity is up there. There's a little bit of sunshine, so enjoy it when you see it because it is going to be a mostly cloudy day. And there is a chance, it's a slim chance of a shower early this morning. But today's high is only going to be 17 degrees. I mean, that's well below seasonal for this time of year and cooler than we got to yesterday. We'll have light winds. We have that little bit of a northwesterly flow now, but the good news is that ridge of high pressure, that long area of high pressure is going to move its way across the Great Lakes, give us some sunshine for the next few days. And that's going to help our temperatures creep up as well. Today, 18 for the Niagara area, but otherwise 17 degrees, mainly cloudy, chance of showers. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit on the cool side for the day today. Thankfully, the winds will be light. Tonight, 10 for Niagara, but 7, 8, and 9, single digits. It's going to be a cool night tonight, so below seasonal temperatures. And then tomorrow, we climb a little bit. We'll get a bit more sunshine for the day tomorrow, but generally, we're looking at 20 degrees all the way around the horseshoe with a mix of sun and clouds. So we will see a bit more sunshine for the day tomorrow. So stepping out the door, 10th morning of June, it's mostly cloudy. We do have light winds. Temperature right now sitting at 11 degrees, and I'll check the long range forecast coming up. First time I've had a chance to say this. Simone and Tim.
You got it right. You passed the test. Good stuff. Thanks, Brian. Oh, look who it is. Emily Vukovic. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Coming up, we chat about Celine Dion. She has opened up about her stiff person syndrome in a couple of new interviews. And Dolly Parton, she is headed to Broadway.
Is she?
Very nice.
That's gonna be a popular show.
Yes.
It's Simone's here, right? Do you see
I
Simone?
know.
You see Simone?
Hello.
Yeah.
I know.
So,
you look very nice behind the desk.
Thank you,
Emily.
You're warm and dry.
No rain. We're good.
And she's going to be joining us for your first chit chat coming up.
Yes.
The whole week in a little
All
bit.
week long.
Boy,
good stuff.
I'm excited to be here.
Okay, we'll see you in a little bit. Coming up after the break, we'll get into some business news. And the federal government plans to propose a motion to begin the process of raising the capital gains tax inclusion rate. What is that? We'll get into it right after this.
Well, let's take a look at some of your business boards this morning. The Canadian dollar is down 18 basis points. It's trading overseas at $72.60 US. Gold lost $14.80. Meanwhile, crude fell by 15 cents. It's at $75.38 US a barrel. And in midday European trading, markets are down in London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
Off to Asia we go. Markets are up in Tokyo, down in Hong Kong, but up slightly in Shanghai. What about North American markets? Wrapping up the trading week last week, some triple-digit losses on Bay Street for the TSX. Also some losses for the Dow Jones and some gains for the NASDAQ. Let's see how they do when they kick off a new trading week on this Monday, June the 10th.
The Liberal government says it will introduce a motion to start the process of increasing the capital gains tax inclusion rate. The government is proposing to make 2/3 of capital gains taxable instead of the current 50%. The higher inclusion rate will apply to all capital gains earned by corporations, while individuals will only face the higher rate on capital gains of more than $250,000. Liberals have defended the increase, arguing that Canada needs to raise more revenue to pay for things like housing and health care.
So the potential for massive backlogs at Canada's border crossings and airports has been pushed back until at least Wednesday. The Public Service Alliance of Canada delayed its initial Friday afternoon strike deadline after negotiations were extended. So the Federal Treasury Board says it's pleased the union is staying at the negotiating table, but the union says more than 9,000 Canada Border Services Agency workers it represents could still walk off the job if talks do not produce a deal. Okay, that's a short look at the business news. We'll have more next hour. It was cold this weekend.
It was freezing, and it was raining.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Brian's going to answer for that after the break.
6:24, it's a Monday morning. Let's get into it. Looking at traffic, first of all, as you can see, we still have that left lane blocked going from the QEW Fort Erie bound toward the 405. So left lane is blocked through there, but there's no volume, so that's not really a problem. You want to talk about volume? Here's the top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge heading down to North Shore Boulevard. This always gets so busy really early in the morning. No collisions, just volume. Appleby line still looks fine. Lauren Park in the sunshine, that looks nice. Here's the 403 west of 10, so going through Mississauga. No problems there. Temperature at the moment, we've come up to 11 degrees. We're still shy of seasonal to start the morning here. 11 Hamilton, Grimsby, 12 Mississauga, 13 for Toronto. So seasonal temperatures are adjusting now. 24 for the daytime high is seasonal. We didn't get there yesterday. We'll be a long way from that today. 12 for the overnight low. Those are our sun times, almost to a 9 o'clock sunset. So we're getting closer and closer to summer. And those are our records for today. How about for school today? There's a chance, it's a slim chance of a shower this morning. 13 for the first bell, 17, 17, that's all, and a mainly cloudy afternoon. So 17 today, there's that chance of a shower this morning. 7 overnight tonight, it's going to be a cool night. Tomorrow, at least, temperatures start to climb. 20 was the sun, 25 on Wednesday, 27 Thursday, and 26 Friday. Both days a chance of a shower. And it looks pretty good for our weekend and Father's Day coming up on Sunday. That's your forecast. Simone, Tim.
All right, thanks, Brian. Good looking weekend. We love to look ahead to the weekend on Monday. That's our favorite thing to do.
You gotta look forward to something, right?
Around these parts. Okay, just before we get to the bottom of the clock, empty toy shelves does not equal happy children, but maybe happy adults?
All right, well, for the first time ever, adults have been buying more toys for themselves than any other age group. That's according to a new consumer report. Researchers say consumers 18 years of age and older spent $1.5 billion US in toy-related purchases from January through April. Now, those buys make adults the most important age group for the toy industry. Now, the kind of toys adults buy? Well, the report says trading cards, Lego sets, and sport toys were among the most sought after. The study credits the COVID-19 pandemic, saying adults wanted to reconnect with the toys that made them happy during their time as kids.
Okay. I do not know. There's enough toys in my house to go around. I do not need any more toys.
I don't think I've ever bought, like Lego I could see. They have those fun, you can make flowers and different kinds of things that can almost look like decorations in your house. So that's something.
But you have never have you ever bought a Lego set for yourself?
Not for myself, no. For my brother, but not for me.
There you go.
No, but now maybe we will.
First half hour down. Nice job. Let's keep going, eh? Yes. Shall we do it? It's Monday morning. It is June the 10th. So glad you're here. Simone's in for Annette. We got lots more coming up right after this.